Hello, everyone, and as always, thank you for tuning in to WXOU Sports on YouTube. We are live here from the OU Credit Union Arena for an Oakland Golden Grizzlies men's basketball matchup between our Golden Grizzlies and the Milwaukee Panthers. I am your play-by-play today, Gavin Smilowski, and to my left is our color commentator and former sports director for WXOU, Harjun Buttar. Harj, it's nice to be back in the seat with you.
Nice to be back with you, Gavin. I love doing this. It is always so much fun. This is such a pivotal game for these Golden Grizzlies. They are currently in 4th place in the Horizon League. They were 2nd on Friday. They are in the midst of a bit of a struggle. 4-game losing streak. I don't know what's going on, Gavin. It's just been a plethora of errors. And this is a chance to turn the ship around against a struggling Milwaukee team. Oakland's got the intensity, they've got the talent, they've got the grit. It's got to be time to put it all together now.
Yeah, they need someone to step up and really, band around. They need a leader to show up. It's been a struggle this year to really get someone to stand behind. Of course, you had Nasim Ashur, one of the powerful returners. Freshman last year, played well. He came in this season. He was supposed to be one of those guys that led the team. And unfortunately, he went down with that knee injury. And I think that kind of started a bit of a snowball. Obviously, when Isaac Garrett went down, that was huge. You had about 2 weeks with him not there. It started this, disconnect between the players. And of course, it snowballed into, as you said, 4 losses in a row.
Absolutely. And one of the things that Oakland has needed is health because they're not that deep of a team. They usually run anywhere between an 8 to 9 man rotation. And now with the Nasim Ashur out, it's become quite a 7 and 8 man rotation. So a lot of pressure on these players to perform for 40 minutes every night. But let's talk about this Milwaukee team for a second. Injury-prone, mashed unit, 7th most injured team in basketball. And Bart Lundy has gone on the radio and has gone onto the press conferences and said, this has been quite a season. It's been a season to remember just because of how many injuries he's had. But I think that's actually given them a little bit of a leg up in a way, Gavin, because they've become unpredictable. You don't know who's going to pop off on a night for Milwaukee. They have so many good players like Amar Ogiard. He is their leading active scorer right now, averaging double digits. Just an absolute phenom from both the perimeter and down low. And then you got a guy like Chandler Jackson, a guy who redshirted and burned his red shirt in January just because of all these injuries and has taken the opportunity that Coach Lundy has given him and flown with it. These two are going to be the dynamic duo for this Milwaukee team.
And, like you said, it can be used as a leg up. When you have these teams that have so many different weapons, I think we kind of saw that with Green Bay. They don't have one person that's necessarily shooting. They spread that out around the whole offense.
Absolutely.
And in a game that was, almost as much as a must-need win as today on Friday, Oakland struggled to cover everyone. They fell down early, and it started kind of with that poor three-point shooting that we've seen throughout most of the season for OU, going more to their side. They've had a couple of injuries, yes, but it's been nothing like this Milwaukee team.
No.
Oakland should be able to band together today, and this could start, hopefully, a nice little streak. They've got IU coming up after that, a team that beat them earlier in this season that surely has made that upset. They're going to head down to Indianapolis, maybe get a little bit of taste of the Coliseum down there. That's something that they might end up in for the Horizon League tournament. And then, of course, Detroit Mercy next Saturday.
That game.
That's something you need to win.
Absolutely. Let's get into some of the keys of the game for each team. So for Milwaukee, just work the glass, defend the rebounding, just be an absolute animal. Put pressure on Oakland up top early so they get more aggressive in their zone later in the game. Zone aggression is Oakland's defensive downfall. They give a lot of threes and dunks up. And then just continue to be disciplined in their zone defense. It's such a good defense. For Oakland, rebound the dang ball. Please, get your hands up and rebound the ball. Play heads-up defense on the wing. Don't let guys get behind you and get lost. Communicate as much as possible. Get the Panthers in trouble and foul trouble. Get to the free-throw line, and don't turn the ball over.
That's the biggest thing, that ball security. And, they got to knock down some of these shots early.
Absolutely.
You can't get down early. The tip will be won after the scramble by OU. We'll end up with Brody Robinson up top. He'll be guarded by Pippa White. Down low, found an easy dunk to open. That's what you need from IG. Great ball movement by the Grizzlies.
Great statement basket there by IG.
We'll start up top Pippa White with it for Milwaukee. They're going to swing it over in the corner to Franklin. Back up to Pippa White. Lets one go off the back of the iron. Rebounded by Milwaukee. They're going to bring it back in. Reset up top. Slashing to the rim. Passing around. Milwaukee with an open layup of their own. Franklin knocks it down. Ties it back up at 2.
One of the veterans of this team, really disciplined. Great shot fake there.
Milwaukee looking to trap OU early on their own end. Swinging it over to White, stuck out near the Belfour logo. Refeeding White. He's going to go down low to Garrett. Back to the basket, near the block. He pops up with that shot. That one's off back iron, and it's going to be rebounded off the hands of Milwaukee. OU will retain possession out underneath the basket.
That would be a great time to set up a play here, get some actions going with Michael Hogue and Baru Nevalarua. There we go.
And look at that, Hogue. I mean, he's just been so pivotal in this offense. A guy who started out a bit slower for OU. He had that injury earlier. There was a press conference that we were in where Campy said, you guys think our offense is playing all right now? Wait till you see Michael Hogue. And he has been huge down the stretch. 3 from the corner is on target. I mean, heavily contested by Elam. That's just a good shot, to be honest.
Yeah, just a really smooth shot. Got his shot in what he wanted. Just put his length into it. Love it.
Robinson up top. He's going to find Hogue at the free throw line. Great backdoor cut. Throwing it down is Baru. Great feed by Michael Hogue. Oakland takes the 6-5 lead with just under 2 minutes passing. And it'll be up top now. Milwaukee heading down the other direction. We've got Jackson. Flips it over to Elam. Down low to Jackson. He's got that one-on-one with Brody Robinson. That's a one. It's rejected. Great play there by Baru. Off-ball block. And they're going to call... I'm not sure.
Baru.
On a foul? Because he came off ball. There was definitely no contact. The only thought is that it could have been maybe a... They're not going to give him the basket,
No.
so I'm not entirely sure what the play was.
Might be out of bounds.
Yeah, it must be. I'm not sure how they have the ball.
Yeah.
But either way, a great defensive play by Baru. He's someone that we discussed pregame, Harj, that needs to really step up. We saw that in the last game. Defensively, he played very well, had a couple of blocks, especially off ball. He's been playing good defense.
Yeah, we've been waiting for about 3 years for Baru Nevalarua. Just put it all together.
And up at the rim, foul on the way to the basket is Isaac Garrett. It's going to be nice to have him back, hopefully in full form. In his first game back, he shot 1 for 11, only 2 points down, and a massive loss at Robert Morris, and just didn't play his greatest basketball either during the game at Green Bay. Had a couple late game fouls. He picked up 2 in the last couple of minutes, so he had to check out, and it took him off the floor. We're really going to hope he shakes off some rust and plays better today, for sure. And it is Star Wars night here at the OU Credit Union Arena. The lightsaber caught us a bit off guard. Second free throw is off target. The game will remain tied at 7.
Campy's not going to like that.
It'll be Milwaukee now. Pippa White feeds it into the corner. Aguiar has it down low. Nice cut there. Shot just barely off target. Rebounded by the Grizzlies. It's going to come off the hands. That one was probably not the correct call, and Franklin knows it. Asked for the challenge. It looked like that one definitely came off Brett White, to be honest. And yes, this one's definitely going to be challenged by Milwaukee's coaching staff.
Putting up the old Kenny Atkinson finger spin. Love it. Yeah, no, I don't think it's the right call either.
Yeah.
It went off of Brett White, and Milwaukee should get the possession here.
It should be quick. We'll stay with you guys. And I think that was a great example of what you were talking about before game, Harj. You got to rebound that shot there.
Yeah,
you get
absolutely.
bailed out. I mean, it was a very good play to get that shot at the rim. Not something typically that, players at this level are going to miss. But you got to come down with the rebound.
You got to come down with it, man. And honestly, there's 3 guys there. One of them has to get the rebound. I mean, just by the law of statistics, you got to get that ball into your possession.
Yeah, the fact that White was even required to try to grab the rebound was unnecessary. It should have came down with Hogue right at the beginning. It was a good contest, but we'll see what the call is. Score 7-7 with just about 2.5 gone here in the first half. For anyone who's just joining in, this is a must-win game for OU. They're currently tied for 3rd place at 10-7 in conference. A loss here would put them all the way down to 5th. It would not set them up in a good situation heading into the Horizon League tournament in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, they're 10-7 right now. If they lose, they're going to be 10-8, and they're going to be in a little bit of a dogfight with Robert Morris, Detroit Mercy, and then you're going to add Northern Kentucky and Fort Wayne into the mix, who are 9-8, and you're kind of hoping that all these teams lose, which they're not going to. I mean, a lot of them play each other down the stretch, so you're gonna get a little bit of variability here. And I think for Oakland, it's just about getting rid of those mistakes, making sure that you're playing to the game plan, and hopefully they win down the stretch.
Yes, this could turn things around for them if they could, walk out of here tonight. You hope so. I mean, IU Indy should be, a cakewalk at the end of the day. But, I mean, this could set up a very good and a very important Detroit Mercy game next week. It'll be taken out underneath the basket by the Panthers. 3 just off the inbounds is off target. Oakland with some nice defense. Heading the other way will be Robinson. Slows it up. This is one thing that we've seen Brody do in these last couple of games. He's kind of slowing the offense up because they've been in so much of a rush. Getting up poor shot selection, it's not been nice for him.
Yeah, just turning the ball over, poor ball execution. And I think Oakland's recognizing that and trying to change their execution here.
Garrett's got it just on the baseline, back to the basket. This is where he plays. Nearly loses it, and they're going to call a foul. I mean, they were surrounding him, but you got to send that double team, to be honest. In that Green Bay game, he had a couple of filthy turnaround jump shots along the baseline. I mean, it looked like Kareem out there. It was beautiful. So you got to double team him down on that baseline.
That's a very apt comparison there, Gav.
It'll be free throws, I believe, or maybe ball out underneath. I thought the foul was on the floor. I think they're going to call it on the floor.
Yeah.
And then also, I mean, noted, Oakland's been very good at drawing those early fouls and getting to the line. Of course, Robinson being, #1 in the nation in free throws attempted, great at drawing fouls. They've already got Milwaukee at 2 in these first couple of minutes. Hogue will put that shot up. It's off target. Great interior defense by the Panthers. Ball nearly taken away at about half court. It'll be Pippa White resetting it up top. Milwaukee into the corner. Jackson, he's pinned by White. Cross-court pass. Open is Elam. He lets one go. That one's off the front of the rim, tipped out, and of course an offensive rebound by Milwaukee. Down low, baseline, corner, 3 on target from Aguiar.
Yeah, that you got to defend their best shooter there.
Robinson will take it down the other direction. 10-7 now the lead for Milwaukee with 16:20 to go in the first half. And a little bit of miscommunication here. Oakland trying to get some kind of half-court offense set up. It'll be IG up top at the Grizzly logo. Finds Robinson. He had a moment, but he's closed out quickly. Cross-court pass finds White. That's his spot. Lets one go, and that's on target. That's not the guy you can leave open.
Poor rotation there by Milwaukee. Brett White is going to make you pay 100% of the time.
Milwaukee back up top. This will tie it back up at 10. Into the corner. This is Elam. Pippa White up top now. Guarded by Garrett. Switched on is Robinson. Refeeding White now into the corner. Aguiar just hit that one. That one's off target. Good rebound by Isaac Garrett.
Yeah, better defended there by Baru. Didn't give him as much space, and Aguiar just threw up a shot there.
Robinson lets one go early in the shot clock. And that one's just off target, and IG will get the board. They're going to call, an offensive foul. I'm not entirely sure why, but that's going to be our first immediate timeout. So going into the break, it's 10-10 tie ball game and a must-win game for Oakland. You are listening to WXOU Sports on YouTube, and we'll be right back with you shortly. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to WXOU Sports on YouTube. We are live here from the OU Credit Union Arena for an Oakland Golden Grizzlies versus Milwaukee Panthers men's basketball matchup. Coming out of that first media timeout, we're all knotted up at 10-10. And what a average start it's been for both teams, huh, Harj?
It's not a bad start. I can say that pretty confidently. I don't think Oakland started off poorly. I don't think they've started off great. They've let up a couple of some questionable shots by Milwaukee, but I think that's just Oakland getting used to the unpredictability of their opponent.
It'll be Pippa White up top. He'll take one and let one go from three. A little bit of space off target. Good closeout by Robinson, and White will come down with the board.
It's not his game. He's more of a facilitator, and I think that's kind of just plays testament to it.
And you can't leave Hogue open down low. What a feed. Good vision by Brody Robinson, finding Hogue for the open dunk. It reminds me a lot of, if anyone's listening to any women's games, Mackenzie Leering. She does a great job playing with her gravity. She knows, along with Brody, that they're going to be the primary source of offense, so the defense will be focusing on them, so they look for those backdoor cuts. Milwaukee will reset now up top. Elam lets one go from three. That one's on target. Another tough shot for him. He's got 6 tonight.
Yeah, Stevie Elam's a threat from three 100% of the time. Just has been injured, caught that injury bug. Is one of those guys who was fortunate to come back, but he's going to be a threat for Milwaukee down the stretch. Robinson
refeeds Neville Larua. He's going to cut. That's a nice mismatch for him. A good read defensively by Milwaukee to send that one back.
Yeah, that was Sekou Kone, subbed in literally only to play defense. You remember a guy named Tony Allen, one of the best defensive players, didn't really practice shooting the ball, passing the ball. The only thing he practiced every single day was defense, and that is the best comparison for Sekou Kone. Coach Lundy talks about it a lot. He is just their defensive specialist, comes in and will block the heck out of any shot, will send it to the atmosphere.
That shot is off target. It's going to be rebounded by Milwaukee. Heading the other direction now is Pippa White. Finds no one. That Belfour logo is in fact out of bounds, so OU will retake possession. And I love that comparison. You know, there used to be, on all these NBA podcasts, players would be asked who was the most difficult person to go one-on-one with. And it was Tony Allen most of the time. A very underrated player. Up top will be Wells now. Zaire Wells has had a great, couple of games here with OU. He's fit well into this rotation. Came in this season. Down low, that pass is off the chest of Elam, and it'll be out underneath the basket.
I don't love that decision to make that pass. I think you could have waited a couple more seconds for a lane to open up. And these are kind of the things that we struggle with Oakland, is they're impatient when they should be patient. They take too long when they need to act. It's just this miscommunication, just not taking advantage of your opportunities.
Wells lets one go at the end of the shot clock. That one's on target. I mean, that one was all set up by Brody Robinson. Cuts past a couple of defenders, tosses it out to an open Zaire Wells, and he finishes for three. That's going to retake the lead for Oakland, 15-13 with 13:24 to go. Up top, Pippa White has it, guarded by Wells. Into the corner, open is Jackson, lets one go. That one's on target. That's the third time Milwaukee has hit a shot from that corner in front of the OU bench.
Yeah, that's the Achilles heel of this Oakland defense in February, is that corner three right there.
Retaking the lead, the Panthers up by 1. Wells will have it, finds Garrett at the free throw line. That shot's off target. Just something you'd normally expect him to hit. I mean, he's been kind of on and off, the whole team on and off on these shots that you just would expect to fall.
Yeah, these floaters have been going for Oakland. They keep going back to it, which I don't know why. Diversify the shot selection, I think. Try to get a better look.
Up top, Jackson guarded by Robinson. To the free throw line. This is Kone. He looks to attack. And it's ripped away. Great defense there by Warren Marshall. In transition now, Robinson has it. Finds Marshall, lets one go from three. And that one's off target. And it's going to be rebounded by Wells out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. And they're going to call a foul on the floor. This one's going to go on Wells. It'll be the second team foul, first personal for Wells.
In for the Panthers, number 2, Josh Dixon. And number 5, Isaiah Dorcius.
Dorcius and Dixon checking in for Milwaukee. Bit of a new look for the Panthers. Oakland will keep their 5 out there. Up top, Elam has it. He'll be guarded by Robinson. Tosses it over to Dixon. Dorcius refeeds Dixon on the far sideline. Back over to Dorcius. He's open. And no one down low to box out in an easy putback basket. I don't know where the defense was there. I mean, that was too easy for Kone.
Again, this seems like a continuous problem. They get way too aggressive, try to get up top, try to trap the guy at the top of the key, and it leaves way too many guys wide open down low.
And the three is off target from Robinson, but a putback opportunity off the offensive board by Marshall. He'll be fouled, and he'll have some free throws coming up. This will take us to the second media timeout. You guys are listening to WXOU Sports on YouTube. We'll be right back with you guys soon. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to WXOU Sports on YouTube. We are live here on the blacktop. Oakland out of that second media timeout. Down 3 to the battered Milwaukee Panthers. A must-win game for OU, and so far, not really what I would have expected, Harj.
Doc, if you're listening to this, just got to tease apart some of these things that Oakland's been doing poorly on. They haven't made a shot in just under 2 minutes, and that corner continues to be an issue. Milwaukee's been developing a lot of their offense just from getting a ball handler in the corner and making action there.
Free throws for Marshall. He was able to draw a foul on the way up. OU does, one of the things they do is they break down their opponents with free throws. They get to the line a lot. You know, they play a very aggressive style of offense, and they end up in that bonus pretty quickly. There's already been 3 team fouls, which isn't atrocious for Milwaukee, with 11:41. But one thing you do have to do is you have to convert the free throws you take. Marshall will split those at the line, score 18-16 now, with Milwaukee retaking possession on the far end. Up top, tossed over to Dorcius. We're going to find Dixon wide open. That one's off target. OU getting lucky that that didn't fall.
Again, a little bit too aggressive there, getting 3 guys at the top of the key, just leaving way too many Milwaukee guys wide open.
Robinson up top at the Grizzly logo. He'll be guarded by Dixon. Finds Baru, back to the basket. This is his game. He needs to take over right here. Great shot off target, but he's bumped. Good defense by Milwaukee, and that one's going to be heading back the Panthers' direction.
Missed opportunities, Gavin. They're adding up for Oakland.
They started slow against Green Bay, a game that they probably could have won. They just would have knocked down some shots earlier, and it's starting to show back up here. Up top now is Dorcius, down low. Back to the basket, Jackson. He attacks, and that's an and one bucket there for Milwaukee. And, I mean, it's like, with a zone like this, that you'd expect from OU, there's really nothing that's being set up by Milwaukee. It's just a lot of ball movement until something opens up.
And Oakland's allowing things to open up just because they're being so aggressive. Guys are getting out of position in their zone. And I think this goes to what we were talking about in the pregame is they don't really have a lot of experienced guys playing in this zone. The only two guys that coming into this season were well versed in the zone were Barune Villarua and Nassim Mashour. And I think having guys who have played in the zone before and lead by example while on the court goes a long way to the success of this defense.
Attacking the rim is Robinson, dumps it off to Baru.
And by a
Couple
bucket.
of shots off target, and finally Baru showing his strength. A couple of offensive boards, and he finally gets the putback. Brings this back to a one-possession game, 21-18, as we hit the halfway point of this first half.
First bucket for Oakland in 3.5 minutes.
Up top now, Dixon, Dorcius. He drives on Robinson, looks for that shot, pull-up jump shot on the way, off target, rebounded by Wells. Robinson will head the other way, looks to push the offense quickly, finds IG up top, down to Baru. They went to this last time, he's gonna go after it again, draws the double, finds Wells, lets one go. That's great play design for Oakland. I mean, gets Wells wide open. That'll tie the game back up.
Yeah, and Baru saw that they were doubling. Guy's going to come near him, wide open, and that was Zaire Wells. Bada bing, bada boom.
Up top, Dorcius has it. He'll be picked up by Villarua. Tough shot, just fired. Not great shot selection there by
not
Milwaukee.
really.
Oakland, gotta love that. Heading the other direction now is Brody. Feeding Garrett up top. Garrett, they're going to look for the same kind of play here. They're going to give it to Baru. It's either you double team him and leave someone open, or you let him go one-on-one, which he takes advantage of, and he will draw the foul. Free throws on the way. Again, I mean, this is the guy, this is his spot. He will post you up, and he has no problem with muscling his way to the rim. You got to either send a second defender and take the risk of one of these guys hitting a three, or you got to let him go one-on-one, but they're going to foul him this time.
Well said, Gavin.
Free throw on target for Baru.
All right, please don't split your free throws this time.
I mean, you earn these free throws, and you'd expect that they can knock them down. Pretty much a full line change. 4 people substituted for Milwaukee. Again, you know, a very battered team, but they have the ability to get offense from everywhere. So having a full switch, I don't think is too bad. And of course, we're going to split them again. OU with the lead.
Good God.
22-21, 8:45.
Along with number 9.
Up top now, Franklin. This is the starters back out there for Milwaukee. Pippa White looks to drive. Bailout pass to an open Aguiard. In the corner, Pippa White. He drives baseline. Finds an open layup down low. And good play there by Milwaukee for easy two.
Making Zaire Wells make a tough decision just because you're not closing out in the wing. This is the problem with Oakland's defense. It just keeps rearing its head.
Baseline now, this is Garrett. He's one-on-one with Franklin. Lets one go off target. Franklin grabs the rebound, and they'll head the other direction. Up top, Pippa White with it. He'll reset for Milwaukee's offense. Finds Aguiar. That ball's taken away. Oakland in transition now. Wells finds a trailing Robinson. He looks to cut. Robinson stuck on an island now, and they'll reset back up top. Into the corner now. Garrett has it. Left wide open. No worry there from Murchison. Expecting a three. Robinson will take one. That's on target.
Yeah.
And this is what OU needs, because when Brody Robinson gets confident, I mean, it's scary. It is
very
scary.
It's very scary.
And just like that, OU back up 25-23 with 7:27. This will be Pippa White now for Milwaukee. He's going to get double teamed. Ball nearly taken away. I mean, it was a good read by Villarua. That's got to be offensive. They're going to call a blocking foul.
Yeah, he didn't set his feet.
I mean, but Aguiar, he had the arm up. It looked like a push-off.
It just, you know, it's debatable.
It can go both ways.
It can go both ways.
It's like you look at the fact that he wasn't set, but should that be overruled by the fact that he did lift his arm and push off? I mean, can't be thought that it should go that way.
Oh, yeah.
But
well,
obviously, he's going to be, backing up his player. Regardless of which, it's going to take us to a timeout. It'll be Milwaukee possession out of the break. You guys are listening to WXOU Sports on YouTube, and we'll return shortly. Hello everyone and welcome back to WXOU Sports on YouTube. We are live here from the Blacktop for OU men's basketball. And Oakland finally have taken the lead here, 25-23 on a bit of a slow start for both teams, to be honest.
Especially from Isaac Garrett. He's shooting 1 for 5 today. Just one of those slow starts that we've seen from him late in this season. If you're an Oakland fan, you hope that he picks up the pace a little bit, takes smarter shots, and is able to follow through a little bit more with his stroke.
I mean, there was a point in time in which people were considering him to be, you know, hey, if this OU team stays on top, he could be in consideration for Player of the Year. I mean, he was playing great, but that injury, he rolled or twisted his ankle, and he just was out for a couple of weeks, and it slowed things down. A bucket by Franklin for Milwaukee ties this game back up at 25. OU on the far end. In the corner is Wells. He'll cut baseline. Finds Thurman, who just checks in for the Grizzlies. Back into the corner, feeding Wells, and he knocks one down. Thank God Zaire Wells is here. He's got a couple more on the board for himself.
That makes 9 for Zaire Wells. He's coming out like a heater.
3 for 3 from downtown. That's got all 9 for him. Up top, Dixon tosses it over in the corner to Pippa White. He'll drive. Looks to find an open player. Off target, in transition. Wells will throw this one down. Beautiful dunk. That's what we need from the Grizzlies now. You love to see Zaire Wells heading down with a 1-on-0 because you know he's going to throw down a dunk in front of the student section.
Absolutely.
On the other end, Milwaukee now. Hopefully OU can take this with a little momentum. This is the first time they've had that 2-possession lead. Driving to the rim is Aguiar. That's a tough shot. Off target, definitely off the hands of Milwaukee. Of course, I'm wrong. We're going to give that one to the refs. Looked like it came off the hands of Aguiar, but it'll stay with Milwaukee out underneath the basket. I mean, what do I know, Harj?
You know. But again, that goes to one of the things that we needed Oakland to do in order to win this game, which is rebound the ball. They're getting out rebounded. Milwaukee has 15, Oakland has 11. I mean, this is a real stat that's going to make a difference later in this game, is how well Oakland can rebound.
Dixon up top feeding Pippa White. Looks for Aguiar. Good defense there by White to keep him away from that three-point line. Dixon's going to have to go. There's 3 on the shot clock. That one's high off the glass, off target. Good board. Hogue brings it home for Oakland. This will be Thurman now. Down low, open. That's a great feed. What
ball
vision
movement
there. I didn't even... Beautiful pass from Thurman.
Chef's kiss.
I mean, I didn't even see... I don't think anyone saw that cut. And they're going to get an and 1-2. So, I mean, good cut there early in the possession by Warren Marshall. And what a feed by Thurman.
Oakland's on a little bit of a tear right now. 7-0 run, 4 of their last 4 shots. Where has this been in the last 5 games, Gav?
I mean, this is the nicest basketball, at least, you know, how clean it's been, that I've seen in quite a while. I mean, a 4-game losing streak, they definitely could have used something like this. Free throw from Marshall, and he converts. Already a nice start for Warren Marshall. You know, deeper guy off the bench, doesn't typically provide a ton of support on offense, but he's already got 4 tonight. Up top, this will be Franklin. He's going to find Pippa White. Looking for some space, picked up by Wells. Tosses it over to Jackson. He'll cut. Has a little bit of room. That's a nice shot. I mean, great play there by Milwaukee.
You know what? For a guy who was redshirted in November and December, then had to burn his red shirt, the way that he's developed over the course of these last 2 months has been unbelievable.
Wells will take it for OU. Tosses it over to Marshall. He'll be picked up by Pippa White. Picks up his dribble at the elbow. Gives it up. Thurman finds some space. That's his groove. Thurman's got, he's a little bit shorter, but he's a little bit heavier too. He's got a lot of strength in that lower body, so he can knock people off and create a little bit of separation down low.
Kind of reminds me of a guy used to play for Wright State, Trey Calvin, would always get those mid-range shots to go. Just was one of those guys who was pesky in his zone defense.
Up top, Elam. He'll toss it over to Jackson. Attacking now is Pippa White. Thinks he has some space. What a contest there. Great defense by the Grizzlies. Another offensive board. White is on a tear right now, but they're going to put it back. I mean, if anyone else could play defense, then Brett White, rightfully so upset at that play. I mean, he got a deflection on the way up. He got a steal on the second return attempt. And then, of course, he's out of position because he's already been working. No one else can grab the board.
No, it doesn't seem like anyone's got the heart down low to get those rebounds. And, you know, Kone took advantage of that, got those offensive rebounds and got the putback to go. And you know, credit to him.
Score 35-29. We're going to stay with you guys during this media timeout. 4:06 to go. Oakland looking to kind of step in the right direction. You know, you got guys coming off the bench that are working. I can't lie. When you said a comparison for Thurman, I thought you were going to say Kyle Lowry, because that's what I was thinking. Bit of a smaller guard, bigger, like heavier lower body.
It's a great comparison, too. I mean, absolutely.
A guy that, you know, an okay three-point shooter, but he's got great, he can feed the ball really well, and he can create nice separation down low.
Yeah, I mean, and without getting too much into it, because Kyle Lowry's not part of this game, the way that he played with DeMar DeRozan in Toronto, the way that he facilitated that team in Miami, just that was what we kind of expected a guy like Corey Thurman to come off the bench and do. And not only is he facilitating well, he's contributing.
I mean, on the offensive end, he's shooting. You gotta love the heart for the guys that, you know, a bit of the deeper bench. Like you said, I mean, this team doesn't have, they don't play very deep. Like you said, 8, 9-man rotation, maybe. So when you have these players that are, you know, farther back, Corey Thurman was not necessarily a guy who I think was considering getting a ton of time earlier in the season. You already had 2 pretty prominent guards on the team. You had Nassim Mashour, and you had Brody Robinson. I think he was kind of that third option, occasionally playing, you know, maybe a bit of more of a shooting guard position. Not necessarily the facilitator you'd expect with those 2 on the team. Of course, Nassim goes down, and I know we keep going back to that, but it's very important.
It was pivotal. It was
the rest
pivotal.
of the team is developed
Absolutely
throughout this season. And at points, they've done a great job of it, but you know, it's nice to have those guys that can really step up on both ends.
Now here's what I always ask myself is, in this day and age where there's not a whole lot of loyalty for players to stay with programs and to stick with their teammates, why don't more teams just burn red shirts, allow guys to, you know, get into the game, make an impact, potentially get a starting role, and, you know, I mean, I get what Greg Campy's trying to do. He's trying to put his best players out there. A guy like Nassim's brother, Hamoudi, they've played in the same system. They both played for their dad in Dearborn. And, you know, you would kind of think that a guy who's cut from the same cloth would, you know, espouse the same values and be another type of what his brother was.
It'll be OU now, tossing it down to the baseline. This is a one-on-one. Nevalura, I mean, that's just too easy.
Too easy.
Better luck with the lottery. I mean, there's no way you're defending a shot that close to the rim for Baru. Up top now, Pippa White. High screen set by Kone. No separation, though. Milwaukee's going to have to reset. Mid-range Jay is on target. I mean, they just keep going back to Jackson as he's able to knock down another one.
Yeah, that's going to give Jackson 12 points on the night, 5 for 6 from the field. He is really making an impact for these Panthers.
Thurman up top now, trying to get the offense to move. Good recognition. He's going to find Wells into the corner now. Wells kind of stuck. They're going to find Baru on the baseline. I think we know where this one goes, Harj. Baru,
yes,
one-on-one. I mean, it's just not happening. They just ran the same play.
Exactly.
But it doesn't matter. They score again. It'll be Milwaukee now up top. Elam over in the corner now. Pippa White with it. Looking for some kind of space. He'll drive down low. Oh, hitting the deck hard is Marshall, and the missed shot on target. Marshall, incredible athlete, so he pops right back up. He's got the ball now into the corner. Refeeding Thurman up top. He wants the space. He goes. Spin around. Tosses it out to White. He's open. Lets one go. Just off the back of the rim. That was a good play there by Oakland. You just wish those ones would fall.
Yeah.
Up top, Pippa White has it. He'll toss it over to Elam. Feeding Jackson now. Milwaukee staying wide out from that three-point line, looking for some kind of space to open underneath. They're going to put Kone one-on-one back to the basket with Marshall. The double team shows up. No one guards the cutter except for Brett White. Comes off ball. I have no idea how he got that block and sailing to the rim. Just, I mean, beautiful glide there.
Absolutely.
Wells gets 2. Brett White is working incredibly hard right now, and he's down. And I didn't see what happened after the play, but that was an incredible defensive stance again from Brett White. This would be huge if he wasn't able to continue today.
Yeah, he's wearing a brace on his left knee, so you know he was kind of banged up coming into this game. And Looks like he's a bit shaken up, but he's on his feet now.
Hopefully he's able to come back in. I mean, looked incredibly upset. We're going to hope the best for him and for the team. I mean, he's been working really hard tonight. He's got, you know, a couple of points. He's got knocked down a 3. And then, of course, that's now his 3rd block of the game, along with 2 steals. He's been the entirety of the defense.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's incredible. With 2 minutes to go here in the first half, that kind of stat line.
I mean, just the hustle and the grit that he's shown is admirable at this stage.
And he's going to have the trainer look at it. We'll see. We restart possession. Up top, this is Franklin. Finds Pippa White. Picked up by Neville Larua. It's a scary defender to see come out you that far out from the center. Over in the corner, Jackson. Pippa White has a little bit of space. Good closeout by Hogue, but it's not going to matter. Great shot by Milwaukee.
Just given way too much space there.
41-34 with 1:30 to go in the first half. Oakland with that 7-point lead. Wells tossing it to Robinson up top. He'll be guarded by Elam. Robinson with it up top. Waiting for something to develop underneath him. That's 10 seconds now on the shot clock. Oakland's going to have to get something going. They find Neville Larua. Puts his head down, tosses it to Wells, who cuts through. That's 3 seconds. They're going to have to get it up. Garrett has to let this go. And, I mean, just no shot clock recognition. I don't know if they even knew. I don't know how you don't know, because the entirety of the crowd was counting down
for you.
I mean,
they're giving you a hand.
You know, but it's good. I mean, good defense, though, by Milwaukee to shut that down. And a nice little update. Brett White is walking pretty well over on the sideline. I saw him jogging a bit, too. It's hard not to just make sure he's doing okay. He's been so impactful for this team tonight. In the corner now, Jackson with it. He'll be picked up by Robinson. Swings it back up top. Pippa White down low. I'm surprised that Franklin gave up that easy shot. Good defense on the floor. I have no clue what the foul call could be here. It looked like a nice possession.
I think it's on Isaac Garrett.
They're going to get IG. One thing that he's been
it's Michael Hogue.
That's nice, because Garrett already has
It would only be a second.
Well. I guess, yeah, they're both. It's only would be the second. But he has struggled with this foul.
He has, and he fouled out in the last game as well, with about 1:30 left, which was surprising to me.
In a pivotal game. I mean, he got 2 fouls within a couple of plays of each other. It was, I mean, don't get me wrong. I know some people said that one of them was questionable, but still, you can't let that happen. On the drive, the ball just taken away. Good defense by Oakland. And shot clock will be off. 20 seconds. Still this 7-point lead. A nice little spot for OU. And going to draw the foul.
That's not the right guy to foul there. I know. Yeah. I mean, I know it's not a bonus yet, but if it was, I'm not sure you'd really want to foul Brody Robinson in that situation. We were talking about it in the pregame. Yeah. He leads the entire country in free throw attempts.
I mean, literally, there's no one else who has had more repetitions at that line in game than him, and I mean, he earns them. I can't lie.
He does.
Listen, you could call it foul baiting. He does it a lot, but there is control. Of course, you know, when it's on your side, you're going to say, oh, he's great at drawing fouls.
Yeah.
You know.
And then when he's not, it's like, oh, he's a foul baiter.
Foul baiter, you know. But it does work, I will admit. For a guy who's a lot shorter, too, he does a great job controlling his body and causing players to kind of bump into him. I mean, and you're going to get bumped at that height. But he plays with an aggressive style of play. He's going to get fouled.
Absolutely. And with the number of shots that he takes at the free throw line, for him to be 3rd in free throw percentage is just unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. So it will be OU ball out in front of the scorer's table just by Milwaukee's bench. Up top, Wells. He'll draw a quick double team. They're going to find Marshall into the corner. Back up top, refeeding is Wells. Wells has that one-on-one with Elam. Hands it off to Robinson, tearing through the lane. Tosses it out. Marshall lets one go. That one's off the back of the rim. I mean, that's, with that amount of time, that's kind of the best shot you're going to get. It wasn't terrible. That heave from half court almost went in. That one's going to be off target. It'll take us to halftime, 41-34. Oakland with the lead and a much-needed win game here, setting them up as the Horizon League approaches. We're going to take a quick break for the half. We'll be back with you guys shortly. You're listening to WXOU Sports on YouTube. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to WXOU Sports on YouTube. Coming out of halftime in a competitive game. Oakland up 41-34 over the Milwaukee Panthers in a must-win competition to set them up for the Horizon League standings. The tournament coming up in a couple of weeks. And Oakland, they're currently tied, the 3, the 4, and the 5, all at 10-7 in conference. This win would be huge. It put them back up into the third spot, with Detroit Mercy being one of those teams that are tied with them coming up the following week, next Saturday. You can listen to that game right here on WXOU Sports. It'll be me on color and Jacob Board on play-by-play right here on the blacktop. It'll be 2 o'clock next Saturday. And not a good start right now. An opening 3 for Milwaukee, and then a turnover here, foul on the floor. This one will go on Neville Larua. And this is not the start that we wanted.
Nope.
With a chance now in this possession to cut this down to 1 point possibly. Oakland needs to come out early. They had a nice, comfortable lead, 7 points coming out of the half, and they were playing really well going into halftime. That 3 is on target from the corner. Elam hits it, and just like that, it's 41-40. Into the corner. White, who's back in, lets one go. That one rattles out. That was a nice shot, but a good putback. Neville Larua on the trail. And it'll be a good to see White back out there. He went down early, and he looked like he was, very visibly upset.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe something bad, but, he was jogging around, and now he's a little more comfortable. That was a nice shot. Normally that's going to go down. That in and out does not typically happen. There's a call on the floor. I'm not entirely sure what it was, but they're going to go to the monitor and check this one out. We'll hang out with you guys during this quick break. So coming out of the half, you've got leading scorers. Zaire Wells has 13 off a really bad shooting night on Friday against Green Bay. He comes in and knocks down his first 3 three-pointers. Baru is starting to reignite himself on the offensive end. Again, had a couple of struggles. A couple of games ago, he went 2 for 10 from the field with only a couple of points against that poor loss at Robert Morris.
Yeah.
So nice to see him getting back on the board a little bit. I have no clue what the discussion was with this at all.
No, it just seems like
they just wanted
probably just a spot thing.
Yeah.
Maybe a clock thing. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Just wanted to chat it up, But regardless of which, we're back. Nothing changed at all after the bucket, so still 43-40 with the first minute passing. It'll be Jackson up top, looking for a shot. That one's up and off target. And another missed rebound attempt for OU, and they get bailed out on the Kone miss. Bringing it down is White.
It just seems like Brett White's the only one who's invested in Oakland keeping possession via rebounding.
White refeeding Robinson. Thought he had some space. Gives it up back to White up top. Back to Robinson. These two looking for something. Two of the best three-point shooters on this OU team. They're going to find Hogue in the paint. He gives it out to White over in the corner. We're on the block now. Neville Larua has it. Bumps, finds the space. That's a nice shot, but just a bit off target, off the back of the rim.
Yeah, it just seems like Jackson, who's been very productive on the offensive side of the ball, is being very tenacious against Baru Neville Larua today. Good matchup for Milwaukee.
Elam lets one go in front of the bench. That one's off target. And a good board again, chasing it down is White. He has been pivotal today on the defensive end with some threes as well. He's got a point, 3 blocks, and 2 steals. Down into the post. This is Hogue. Gives it up. Mishandled by Marshall. It looked like it would have been an easy basket. Hogue powering through. Great block there by Kone. He reads that one easily in transition. 4-on-5. Elam in the corner lets one go and can't capitalize. An offensive board hitting the ground hard is Hogue on the return attempt.
Ooh.
I mean, that looked bad.
Yeah, he's clutching his arm. That looked bad.
And he's going to head.
Kone just came out of nowhere.
I mean, Hogue, he went down on the far end on the layup attempt, and he's able to track all the way back and then hits the ground hard on a tough Kone board. The bucket, I guess, doesn't count. I didn't think it was a foul by any
I don't
means.
know what happened.
They did count it. Okay. It was just a pause for a quick substitution. Score 43-42 now. 1 point lead for Oakland. That nice 7-point cushion they had is now gone. Marshall's left open. That one's off the back of the rim. You have to convert on that shot. And the Panthers now will slow it down, looking to try to retake some momentum in this game. They've had it after this half. You had mentioned multiple times, Harj, that first 4 minutes was going to be pivotal, and so far it's been all Milwaukee.
Yeah, they've come out with a lot more intensity and energy than Oakland has, and they're capitalizing on it.
I don't even know how he hit that shot. Tough play there by Kone. I mean, just leans over the defender, Marshall, and just kind of tosses it up.
Just getting tied up, and Oakland's not able to recover there. And, just, again, unforced errors by Oakland, and Milwaukee smartly taking advantage of it. Well coached by Coach Bart Lundy there.
In a couple of substitutions, Marshall will hit the bench. IG returns to the blacktop for Oakland. They're going to have to start getting him active. I mean, if Garrett doesn't start making some baskets in this game, I feel this is going to start to trail in the wrong direction. Free throw on the way to convert the and one from Kone. It's on target, and just like that, 45-43, 2-point lead for Milwaukee. This will be Robinson. He splits the defenders at half court. Slows it up, tosses it over to Wells. Back to Robinson. This needs to be the point where Robinson starts to slow down this offense and get them set. Maybe get a couple of free throws to get Oakland back in the right headspace. Garrett will take it.
Come on, IG.
Back to the basket, and they're going to draw the foul. That'll be the first team foul on Milwaukee this half.
Elam looks perplexed when he knows full well that he is the culprit for that foul.
I'm not sure what else we could be thinking of. You did hit him pretty hard.
You did hit him pretty hard there, buddy.
It'll be out underneath the basket. This will be Robinson. Tosses it all the way over top. Robinson now lets one go off the refeed. Okay, this is what we need. I mean, Brody Robinson knocks it down. We had former broadcaster here at WXOU, Giovanni Mosheri of the Jomo Show, come over during halftime, and one of the things that we had mentioned is, at least I had mentioned, is I'm hoping Brody Robinson really gets started this half, because he's going to need to if OU's going to want to come back in this game. The three retakes the lead, 46-45. Deflected pass resets Milwaukee up top. 8 seconds to go in the shot clock. Cutting baseline. Giving it up now down low. Attacking the rim is Kone. That one's off target. And IG tears through for the board. A much-needed rebound and a reset on offense for Oakland.
He got reamed out by Greg Campy in the last game for not rebounding. And it just seems like he's turning up the intensity here in the second half, skying for those boards.
Early shot is off target from White, and a heavy rebound there by Kone. That's going to be his 7th. He's really working the glass today. Up top, Jackson with it. He's guarded by Robinson. Down low is Franklin. He attacks. Uses that strength against IG. That one rolls out. Gets his own miss. Great offensive rebounding for Milwaukee. They're going to reset back up top with Pippa White. That'll be the 11th offensive rebound over Oakland's 6. And a blocked shot there. Good play by Oakland. It's going to come off the hands of Kone, and OU retains possession.
It's what Oakland is doing, getting into those passing lanes and shooting spaces, that is really giving Milwaukee a hard time. It's something that Oakland is not doing consistently. I think it's based in how Milwaukee is running their offense. If they're getting into their sets, it's harder for Oakland to kind of diagnose the problem and really be able to get their guys in the right space. But if Milwaukee is running their base, free flow, get into space offense, take another guy's spot, Oakland's doing a really good job of just making sure that they don't get out of their sync and that they don't have those issues that we saw in the first half with leaving guys in the corner. I mean, it's so far in this second half, it hasn't been a problem for Oakland.
Hopefully coming out of this timeout, they can implement a little bit of that, because again, you had a 7-point lead coming out of the half, and unfortunately, it's dwindled down to 1. It's been this back and forth play.
Absolutely, and I think one of the things that Greg Campy might have to start considering doing is putting in his own set plays. We've seen Oakland run their free flow offense, take another guy's spot, similar to what Milwaukee has been doing. But when Greg Campy runs a set coming out of a timeout, it does have a high success rate, and it just seems like Oakland benefits a lot more when their offense is structured rather than allowing their players to diagnose a problem and address it right away.
Of course, in that structured offense, I mean, a good guy to run that through is Brody Robinson.
Absolutely.
I mean, he sees the floor very well. He's already knocked down a 3 this half. He's slowly starting to creep up. He's got 6 today.
And you know what? That's not even the primary mode of his point getting. It's when he gets downhill, a la Jalen Moore, who we were talking about at the beginning, which is that was a big thing that Greg Campy loved from Jalen Moore's play style was just got downhill and made Milwaukee collapse on him and foul him. And Jalen Moore got to the line, and that's where he made his living.
And I mean, you've seen, again, same thing obviously from Robinson. He's just so quick. I mean, it's incredible how he's able to create as much as he is with his size, being undersized at 5'10". But coming out of this timeout, maybe a quick design to get some kind of three-pointer off. They're sending in Coy Thurman as well, so now you have two options of people who can handle the ball. They're going to obviously give it to Thurman, so this keeps Brody Robinson off ball, opening up that possibility for him to be the three-point shooter.
I agree.
Of course, you got Wells too, but it's
100%. And then you've got two reliable bigs. I mean, IG and Brune Valera. I haven't really seen them play a whole lot together in this game. They did struggle a lot against Robert Morris when they were on the court together. So I think that's kind of an impetus for Greg Campy keeping them apart in this game.
Pass inside to Wells. Oh, and that shot just off target. I mean, that's just not something he typically misses.
That's not something he can miss down the stretch if Oakland wants to comfortably win this game.
And that shot on target, I mean, Aguiar just keeps hitting that three. I mean, right in the corner. OU getting beaten again. 8 for 19 tonight. Three-point shooting on Milwaukee's end, and that's made a bit of a difference. They're now up by 2. And Robinson just tears through essentially the entire... I mean, what a play. Brody Robinson just doing it all himself.
Just dishing it. And Baruch getting in the right spot to receive that pass as well.
Just like that, we're tied back up at 48, 14:30 to go here in this second half. It'll be Elam up top. He'll step into a 3. That one's off target, and that's definitely getting called on the floor. Wells just not really the smartest of plays. He was beat to the rebound anyway.
Yeah,
so.
and he tied himself up and just, got a little bit too aggro there.
This will be taken out underneath the basket by Elam. Good positioning by Milwaukee to get themselves set up. I mean, yes, OU struggled to get rebounds, but Milwaukee's really finding these offensive boards on their own. They've got 13 tonight to OU's 6. It's not even close. I mean, OU's being massively out-rebounded 30-19. And you said, Harj, this is going to make a difference, and so far, it's been these second-chance points that Milwaukee has been able to contribute with that has allowed them to stay in this game. Attacking the rim is Jackson, and one. And Oakland just struggling to stop the offense by Milwaukee. A chance to extend this lead to 3. And again, I mean, Jackson getting to the rim. He's got 17 now.
He's been the guy. He's been the guy for Milwaukee, just contributing in any way that he can.
Converts it at the line as well. And just like that, he's got 17. And Milwaukee's up by 3. Sorry, 18 for Jackson. Up top, Thurman now. He's running the offense for the Grizzlies. Finds Wells cutting. Just loses it. I mean, that's just a poor play. I mean, the play design was fine, but just mishandled, unfortunately.
And it's too often that Oakland does this, is manage the ball poorly.
This will give Milwaukee a chance to extend this to 2 possessions. Aguiar has it, lets one go. Oh my God, really? I mean, banking in the 3. I did not hear him call bank, so that one, by law should not count. But unfortunately, it's going to. 54-48, a 6-point lead. Milwaukee with a chance to start, stretching this one out.
Letting a guy like Aguiar get into, again, unforced errors, bad ball movement, bad turnovers.
Heading the other direction, letting one go, fully contested, and just not rebounding, wide open. Aguiar, very poor shot. Oakland getting bailed out, but just, again, leaving an open guy down low. Robinson attacks. That's M1, and this is what I'm talking about, Harj. Down the stretch, the offense is struggling. They need to get something to start to sink. Just seeing the ball go in the basket. And this is what Brody Robinson does. A lot of the times, it's in this, that third, quarter, we'll call it, between halftime and the halfway through the second half. He really starts to get active at the line. That's a tough bucket for a guy. What a play. Got to convert the free throws. But that does bring it back to 4. A little bit of a spark that hopefully Oakland can take advantage of. Up top now, this is Milwaukee. Jackson cuts baseline, finds an open Pippa White. He's cut down slowly by Wells. Good steal there. Garrett, fast hands. In transition now, OU. This is Thurman. He's got it. Finds Robinson, lets one go. He's too confident. That one's off target. And heading now on the 2-on-2. Aguiard and Jackson taking on the point guards for OU. Lets that one go, and that one's also definitely getting called on the floor as IG just pushes off for no reason.
Yeah.
I mean, you had that rebound. Jackson was not in a good position.
No, he was not. And honestly, just put both hands up. Bring it down. That's all you have to do. No pushy stuff is needed at this stage.
I mean, OU, they got away with, like, that was a very easy 2-on-2 for Milwaukee, and electing to take that three is just unnecessary. And ball nearly taken away by who else but Brett White, man. I mean, he's just working so hard today. They're going to give it back to Milwaukee despite the confidence.
I gotta say, I think the difference in this game might be free throws. I mean, Oakland is shooting 50% from the line. They've shot 8 free throws. The margin is 4. I mean, that's a tie game right there that Oakland is just giving up.
That shot from deep. I mean, just see, and right now, these are not good shots.
No,
for
they're
Milwaukee.
not. And Oakland has to capitalize on them.
Brody gives it up, heading downhill, gives it to Thurman. This is right in Thurman's range. Nice pass over to Neville to the elbow. He cuts. He's open. What a block. A foul call. I thought that was clean.
I thought that was clean,
that was
too.
A nice play.
Well done by Jackson.
I mean, need him at the top, but they're going to call the body, regardless of which, again, this is OU. They're struggling from the field. Let's work in some free throws. Let's see the ball go into the basket. Nothing does more work for a shooter just to see something go in. Neville will be at the line for 2.
Okay.
This is a step in the right direction. Just like that, it's a one-possession ball game again. I mean, you don't like to see Kone coming back into the game.
No, you don't,
because he's been
an animal.
And Hogue also checks in.
He's so lengthy, too. I mean, he's just got such athleticism, and he's using his length right. I mean, a lot of guys don't know how to use a 6'10 plus frame, and they oftentimes become clumsy. Kone's just able to play it smooth. He's great at rebounding, able to use his athleticism and use his height advantage over a mismatch.
I think that also comes down to he's got an elite timing.
He does.
I mean, you see either, these skinnier, clumsier centers that work with great timing, or even smaller defenders. That's going to be a traveling violation. I like to use Pistons examples a lot, and it's kind of like what you see from Isaiah Stewart, a guy who's undersized but has elite defensive timing.
Yes.
You see the exact same thing in Kone. He's meeting you at the rim, despite the fact that he's probably a little bit slower and obviously less, not nearly as strong as Neville LaRue, but he's still meeting him there.
Absolutely, and he's also super intelligent too. You see him directing traffic in Milwaukee's defense, and when you trust a guy like that, they must show you some level of intelligence.
Thurman lets one go wide open, gets his own miss. Loses the ball on the way to the rim, and then Hogue fights for it. That's going to be a jump ball. Possession will stay with OU.
Oakland is benefiting from Milwaukee's offensive lackluster in this game right now. Milwaukee hasn't scored a basket in 2 minutes. They're 0 for 4, and they're still winning. That just goes to show you how poorly Oakland has played on offense, how poorly they've distributed the basketball, and how bad they've been at capitalizing on the opportunities that Milwaukee is giving them.
They're going to have another opportunity to discuss this during this media timeout. You're going to have to see some offense coming out of it. We're going to take a quick break here. You are listening to WXOU Sports on YouTube, and we'll be right back with you after this break. Hello everyone and welcome back to WXOU Sports on YouTube. Coming out of this timeout, it's going to be OU ball out underneath the basket, down 2 with a chance to retake this lead. And a must-win game for OU, tied the 3rd, 4th, and 5th teams in the Horizon League, all 10-7. And OU has kind of come down to that level. I mean, they've lost the last 4 games, and the other 2 teams that are tied with them have won the last couple. So OU on a level that I don't think we were expecting a couple of weeks ago.
Need to turn the tide in this game.
Ball off the leg, and that's just not a good possession out of the timeout.
No.
You'd expect that something to get drawn up there.
Not good.
So another chance for Milwaukee to extend this to 2 possessions. They'll head back the other direction. OU has been both teams have been stagnant on offense, to be honest, in these last, 4 or 5 in-game minutes. It's just been slow. Jackson up top, tosses it over to Aguiar. Back to Elam, guarded by Baru at the 3-point line. They're going to find Jackson, who's open. He's just playing too well this game. That's 20 now.
Yeah, just leaving him with way too much space, too. I mean, you would think that a guy who's playing at the caliber that he is tonight would get a little bit more attention, but it doesn't seem like Oakland's dedicating personnel to him at all.
Nivalarua with it now, kind of left on an island. He's going to find Thurman, who cuts baseline. Looks for a refeed. It's off the hands of Hogue. It's somehow kept alive. It'll be Brody Robinson now. 8 seconds. Nivalarua lets one go. That's not really the guy you want. Just kidding. You want him on the end of a 3-point shot. Obviously.
Yeah, what are you talking about,
Gavin? Not a
no.
second did I doubt that possession. But knocks it down. Thankfully, I mean, that was a bailout play in the corner. Not a guy who's typically known for shooting threes.
Yeah, but now you need to stop.
56-55, a chance to retake the lead if they can finally get something going on the defensive end. Aguiar just drives through the lane, and that's,
Another travel.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah,
honestly.
I don't know what that was.
I don't know, just, I guess, use your strength, but then he just ended up falling over. I have no clue
I have no clue why he shot that ball.
I mean,
he had time.
You could have just given it up.
Seriously.
OU with a very nice, I'm not even going to claim any. That was solid defense on the way to the rim.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I'd give it about a 4 out of 10, which is better than they've been playing.
And we're going to see a return of Isaac Garrett. Hogue is going to get a quick break. He's been working on the defensive end. And Oakland with a chance to retake the lead. We're halfway through this second half. 10-14 to go. 56-55, 1-point lead for Milwaukee in this must-win game for the OU Golden Grizzlies with the Horizon League tournament coming just around the corner. It'll be Robinson up top. He finds Wells. Wells one-on-one with Aguiar. He's definitely quicker. Good defense, though, and who else but Kone takes that one away.
You know, those bailout passes, Milwaukee, again, we talked about it at the beginning of the game, they're very disciplined in their defense, and they're not going to allow you to make those passes.
Great read, Brett White. I mean, I cannot emphasize this enough, how well he's been playing. And adjusting in the air. What a play by Baru Nivalarua, handling the pass, and just like that, Oakland retakes this lead.
He's got 20 tonight, 8 for 12 from the field. Baru is quietly having an excellent game offensively.
And that is, once again, set up by, we've emphasized this enough tonight. Brett White is playing awesome on the defensive end. Down low, Kone looks to stuff it. Good defense by IG. I don't know if he got a piece of it, but he met him with the body. It was a clean defensive play, and he forces the missed dunk. Just like that, OU's heading down the other way.
I think he just got scared of Isaac Garrett.
Don't get me wrong, Isaac's a big guy. I think I'd get a little scared as well. Now he's going one-on-one with him on the other end. And taking advantage. Oh, I wanted that shot to go down.
Me too.
That would have been nice.
That would have been beautiful.
IG's confidence would have been jumping up, but he is going to get a couple of free throws. OU's going to return Hogue into this game. Baru's going to take a bit of a break.
5 turnovers for the Milwaukee Panthers in the last 5 minutes. This is they started out very good in the coming out of the half, but I mean, it just seems like the sloppiness on offense is piling up now for the Panthers, and they're just digging themselves into a hole that they were in well control of.
The first free throw is off target, and Garrett, ever since coming off that break he's just really been struggling with shooting. He needs to have a good game. I think it's a confidence thing.
I think so too.
He needs to regain his shooting ability, because that's one thing that makes him so dangerous, is he has these turnarounds down low, and he also plays great defensively. He'll hit one of them, though. 58-56 now the score. And that's just a tough rebound. I mean, when you miss that bad off the back of the rim like that, it's tough to
It just
trap.
goes everywhere, and that, credit for Zaire Wells to go after that one, but just that's a hard one to execute.
Dorcius returns for Milwaukee along with Dixon. And they'll reset back up top. Dixon, the point guard, guarded by Wells at the Grizzly logo. High screen set by Kone. Using it, switching on to him is Marshall. That three from way downtown. And another good board. Oh my God, and what a dunk by Kone.
Just using the body to get that basket.
That's a big dude, and especially those, I mean, Garrett and him have been going one-on-one a lot these last couple of possessions.
Oh my God.
And just like that, Milwaukee's taking the momentum the other way. They drive. Oh, Hogue wanted that block. That would have been pretty filthy if it got all the way through, but they're going to deflect it. Great transition defense. I'm going to attribute that a little bit more to Brody Robinson, who was able to contest with the defense.
You know, he tracked it down and made Milwaukee flinch.
And thankfully, we're getting Brett White back in because he's clearly limping. I mean, he's working through that nagging injury he had in the first half. He's got that brace on, but he's just too good to keep off the floor right now. Dixon swings it to the elbow. Jackson one-on-one. He's had a phenomenal game. He's got 20. Make that 22 with an and one opportunity. He is running this offense right now. Him and Kone have been the two, both ends of the floor. You've got Kone, who's the anchor right now on the defense. And you've got Jackson, who's playing out of his mind on the offensive end. And just like that, a chance to re-extend this lead to 3. Milwaukee and Jackson, I mean, he's yet to miss anything from the line. He's too confident to miss a free throw like that.
Way too confident.
61-58, now the lead with 8 minutes to go. Oakland's going to have to get something turned around because I don't know what's going on the offensive end, but they are just slow to the ball. Robinson will now take it in the corner, guarded by Jackson. Tosses it down to Hogue. Hogue. And, I mean, what else are you supposed to do? You can't take that up against Kone. It's not going to happen.
Jump
Kone,
ball.
very easy block there. And it will stay with Oakland, thankfully, and a much-needed timeout. This will be immediate timeout. We're going to take a quick break here on WXOU. We'll be back with you guys. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to WXOU Sports on YouTube. Oakland trailing the Milwaukee Panthers 61-58 with 7:54 to go. What a back-and-forth game we've had today, Harj.
Absolutely. It's been a really fun game to watch. I just hope Oakland comes out with the victory here. It's a much-needed victory. If they lose today, they are at risk for falling all the way to 8th. And with the schedule remaining, there is a favorable chance that they can get up in the standings. But to fall down to 8th is a tough pill to swallow at this stage in the conference schedule.
Especially for a team that was on top for so long. Good steal there by who else but Brett White. I mean, reads that one like a cornerback, takes it away from the receiver. On the other end, you've got OU. Robinson slowing down the offense. Oakland looking to get anything going. Down 3, 7.5 minutes to go. And not a lot of movement down low. Nothing really designed right now. We're going to end up with Neville Larua with the ball. He's got some space. And it's taken away.
Oh, my goodness.
Good play there on the defensive end by Milwaukee. And that one nearly taken away. Good read. Oakland heading the other direction. Robinson goes up with it in transition. He's just, you're not catching him.
You're not catching him. He's too fast. Way too fast. That was a great play there by Buttar, recognizing the pass and picking it off.
And then on the way to the rim, they're going to call an offensive foul as Brody takes a elbow to the jaw on the cut through by Dixon.
Yeah, he's going to need to be looked at by the trainers.
If they caught him and he starts bleeding, it's a requirement that they go and get that cleaned up before they're allowed back on the floor. So this is going to cause a quick medical timeout. And they're also probably going to be reviewing this one for a bit more of something, you know, maybe an upgraded to a flick.
Yeah.
Just because it's a requirement that you check whenever
You have
someone
to
gets hit
check,
in the face. If it's, I believe the rules are pretty similar to the NBA, so even if it's, you know, inadvertent, it's still a hit to the face. They may upgrade it to a flagrant one. If this was a very quick conversation, they're already done. So we're going to get this answer quickly. A nice little break for OU too, you know, down by 1. Maybe a quick discussion. Yeah, I wasn't sure. But they're going to keep it with the common foul. And it'll be OU ball now, the other way, with a chance to, again, take this lead. Much needed, down by 1. You know, don't get me wrong, there's still plenty of time, but it would be nice if they kind of got a bit of a gap, maybe a bit of a cushion. It's been a while since we've seen them really take advantage in the second half. In the last couple of games, it's a tribute to a lot of the losing, unfortunately. It'll be Robinson on one-on-one with Dixon. He finds Marshall, who cuts through. That one's deflected. Good defense there again. And Milwaukee's pretty confident they didn't get a hand on it. But again, another good contest by Kone. I mean, he's there again. You know,
and that's why Bart Lundy brought him in, is just that defensive menace that they need to set the tone in their zone.
They're going to reset up top, OU. Brody has one. Ooh, he finds some space. That's a nasty, that's an incredible shot. Quick jab step. You know, I mean, beautiful three-pointer and much needed for the confidence, I think, of the whole team.
And just daring the guy to come at him, because if he comes at him, he's going downhill.
It'll be reset up top. Dorcius with it now. He goes one-on-one with Baru. Trips, hits the floor, and OU's diving on it. Brett White's there, obviously, in transition. This one on the way, throws it down. What a play. Warren Marshall, and the blacktop has been lit on fire. OU is back. This is the loudest I've heard this place in a while. This is the loudest I've heard
this place in a long time.
Just like that, they're up by 4. A chance to keep this going, and a much-needed timeout by Milwaukee. We're going to stay with you guys during this break.
4 turnovers in the... I know I keep bringing up this stat, but it is crucial to the flow of this game, because Milwaukee has absolutely dominated Oakland on the defensive side of the ball, but they just keep turning the ball over and making unforced errors that have allowed Oakland to get back in this game.
And not only are the turnovers, you know, every time the ball's being turned over, it's OU that's getting to it first.
Yes.
And you know who it is? It's Brett White. He's got more steals and blocks right now than points. He's got 3 blocks, 4 steals in this game. Unbelievable
Disgusting.
hustle. And you know, he went down in that first half, so it looked like, you know, he's a little slow to get up, but it doesn't matter. He's playing so hard.
So well.
He's got 3 points, 3 boards, 3 blocks, and 4 steals. I think he's been the real difference right now.
But you need a guy like that who isn't committed to shooting the basketball, who is committed to doing everything else. And that automatically is one of the pieces that a winning team has in taking control of a game like this.
And, you know, it's, I mean, I couldn't agree more. You said it perfectly. You need a hustle guy like this.
Yeah.
Every winning team has a hustle guy like this. And the fact that he can do a little bit of everything, the fact that he is an option on the three-point end is beautiful. But, you know, when you have guys who can switch up on any given night and do a different role.
Absolutely.
And
Oakland has had a guy like that every year for the last 3 years. The last 2 years, it was Isaiah Jones doing all the dirty work, and then occasionally he'd go off for a couple of good baskets. And then the year before, the year that we started this, you remember who it was? Keaton Hervey.
I was hoping you were going to say Keaton Hervey.
Keaton Hervey.
The glue guy.
The glue guy.
Yeah, he was a great player. He was the guy who stuck the offense and the defense together. He played on both ends of the floor. He hustled for rebounds. He wasn't like the flashiest of scorers, right?
And he never had a bad game either.
He always worked hard.
Always worked hard. And that is what Brett White is doing for this Oakland team right now. Yes, there are games where Brett White is the guy you want shooting the basketball, but Brett White knows that that's not every night, and he has the intelligence, because he's 27 years old. He should have the intelligence to know that my role needs to be dynamic in this offense in order for Oakland to win this game.
The Panthers on the other end now looking to get something. They have just struggled to really develop any offense outside of just tossing it around and hoping something goes in. They're going to end up back up top again. Pippa White has checked back into the corner, and he slips. Jackson, oh, you catching a break there.
That was tough.
Open.
Oh, he was wide open. And that was a great cut there by Chandler Jackson. I'm a little bit too loud. Thanks, Gavin. That was a great cut there by Chandler Jackson. Just slipped up. Would have been a great confidence changer for Milwaukee.
And I mean, I don't want to say he probably would have hit it, but this dude's got 23 points. I mean, he probably would have hit it. He's been playing phenomenal today.
Excellent.
And up top, who else but Brody Robinson, waiting for something to develop underneath. Brody has really come alive. He's got 13 now in this game. Finds Baru, who goes up. That one just off target, and they're going to call a foul on Kone. You know, Kone's been going one-on-one. It's been a great game with him and Isaac Garrett.
Yeah.
But Baru's a little bit bigger than Isaac Garrett. It's a bit of a tougher defend there. You're either going to have to foul him if you're going one-on-one, or you're going to have to hope he misses. And so far, I mean, he hasn't been. He's got 20 points tonight.
We're counting on Baru to make his free throws down the stretch. We're counting on everyone to make their free throws, but Baru is particularly has struggled from the line. And, you know, you kind of want a guy like this who's playing excellent tonight, 21 points, to be a confidence changer and be a tone setter for this team in every facet of the game, even from the free throw line.
And it's nice, you know, that one's off target as well. What a strange night from OU from the line. You know, they're typically shoot between 75 to 70% is pretty average for them. They're shooting 57% from the line tonight. That shot on target. I mean, I actually said it's on target before it even went in because it was off the hands of Jackson. We know that.
We know that guy's been doing excellent.
I mean, what a shot there.
Unbelievable.
Just quickly answers, and just like that, it's a one-possession game again. 4:50. We're just underneath the 5 minutes to go mark. That ball deflected out of bounds by Jackson. Right place, right time. Wells will, you know, not a great pass. Probably good that it was deflected because it would have definitely just went out of bounds. Robinson takes it out underneath the basket for the Grizzlies. Looks to find White on the turnaround. They're going to have to force something in. I don't know how that ball was kept in. Honestly, Isaac Garrett might have helped out. Marshall, he goes up off the glass. What a play. And one.
He's been doing a lot of dirty work down low, and Milwaukee hasn't had a response because they're so dedicated to taking away both Zaire Wells and Baru Nevalerua down low, and also Brody Robinson. So the odd man out is, what do you do with Warren Marshall if you're Milwaukee's defense?
And I have to point this out, but that ball was mishandled in the corner. Almost immediately after the possession ended, you had Thurman and Garrett looking at each other laughing. I think Garrett may have tipped it when he was out of bounds. He might have helped.
He might have helped.
6 on 5 there for a moment. I mean, they were pretty laughing about it a bit. He may have helped out on that possession. But a great play there, regardless, by OU, and converting that shot, 69 to 63, the 6-point lead for OU. Cutting through will be Pippa White in the corner. Aguiar's hit that almost all day and bailed out on the miss there. Nice play by OU, grabbing the board, and here comes Brody. He's left wide open. Is someone going to defend him? I
Nope.
mean, what in the world?
Nope.
If there's anyone in this gym that you cannot just let walk up into a three like that,
It's
Brody
Brody
Robinson.
Robinson.
I mean, an unbelievable shot. He's got 16 now, and just like that, OU is up by 9. Jackson, he's double teamed immediately, almost taken away by Robinson. Pippa White slashes through the lane. That was a great possession there. Good
Great
dump
ball
off.
movement.
Pippa White cuts to the rim, draws the contact, dumps it off to a driving Ilum, and he knocks it down for 2, slowing down that OU offense. Every time that it seems like Oakland's kind of had a couple in a row and it's a chance for them to kind of explode, Milwaukee has had something quick before the defense can set.
Yeah, they're keeping themselves in the game just by those very transient baskets, and I credit to them for, having the energy to and the know-how to keep in this game.
And that's going to take us to immediate timeout. We're going to take a quick break in these last couple of minutes. 3:48 left to go. 72-65. Oakland up in a must-win game here on the Blacktop. You are listening to WXOU Sports on YouTube, and we'll be right back with you. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to WXOU Sports on YouTube. 72-65, 7-point lead for OU with 3:48 to go here in this game. This is the exact same position they saw themselves in coming out of halftime. And you got about that same amount of time that it took for Milwaukee to come back in this game. So Oakland, they have the ball coming out of a timeout. Let's get a nice possession here, get a basket, and try to shut that door on the Panthers. And it'll be Brody Robinson bringing it up the floor. What a second half he's had. He's got 16 now. I believe 13 points in the second half, and they've come off mostly three-pointers. He's doing very well, 4 for 7 from deep. Drawing the triple team, tosses it over to Wells, and they're trying to split this Oakland guard pair down to the lane. What a feed. That one's off target, and that one's going to be off of OU. Nice defense there. They're trying to split the guard pair between, split Robinson and Wells.
Yeah, and it's a good rotation.
Yeah,
they were able to rotate well between Robinson and Wells and allow the ball movement to become a little bit stagnant.
That lob, I mean, you have confidence. A
Great
guy
lob.
who's 6'10" doesn't throw it down, but he's able to catch it, come back down, and go up and under. Kone having a great night.
And Coach Lundy wanted the and one there.
Kone's having a phenomenal night. 13 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 blocks. I mean, playing great for this Milwaukee team. It'll be Marshall with it. Tosses it over to Neville Larua into the corner. Robinson, close sideline. He looks to get some space. Tosses it to a driving Marshall. Outlet pass back into the corner. Brody lets one go. That one's off target, but a good chase down rebound there. And just like that, we're resetting back up top. Wells with a shot clock back up to 20. Good read there by Neville Larua to retain possession. And we're going to get a complete reset. Robinson up top, tosses it to Wells. Back to Robinson to the corner. We've got 4 seconds on the shot clock. Looks to get the and one, and he's going to do it.
He's going to get it.
Hey, listen, we discussed this already. He's the king of this. I mean, I'm sorry, but as a defender there, Franklin.
What are you going to do?
You
can't do anything.
You cannot. It's either, listen, that's a tough shot, bro.
That is a tough shot.
You cannot contest like
No.
that. Just let him throw
Just
it
let
up
him
there,
throw it
right?
up.
That's not a good contest at all.
Especially Brody Robinson.
I mean, It's the last guy you want.
Last guy you want.
I mean, just let him toss it. But, I mean, we got 3 free throws now and a chance to really extend this one.
It's 1 for 2 now from the line, which is uncharacteristic considering how well he shot from the line. But let's see if he can make it 2 for 3. And he does.
That one got me. I didn't think that was going in.
Ooh.
Rolls up over the rim.
That was
Shooter's
close.
touch, I guess. We'll have a 3rd free throw here. This can extend the lead back to 7. That one's on target. I'm sorry, 8 is the lead now. A bit more comfortable for OU. You got 2:20 to go. A couple of solid defensive possessions in this game can be yours. But this is not necessarily the team you want to be playing against. They can have a very set of explosive offense. Jackson out there tosses it down to Pippa White. They're going to call a foul on the floor. Marshall will get tagged with this one. He's going to get a little bit too close and personal with Kone. They're going to send
That's his
him to the
4th.
line. Marshall, 4 fouls in 19 minutes, but he's got great contribution right now. He's got 9 points. Typically not a guy who's scoring that much.
No.
So good play for him on the day. You need that kind of hustle guy. He had a big dunk that really changed the momentum, I think. And that free throw's off target. Finally, something goes the other way. That's the first missed free throw of the night by Milwaukee. And it'll be Robinson. Tosses it over to Wells. Wells draws the double. It looks like he was waiting for it. Finds Robinson. They're just going to keep going back and forth. Like 2 center backs playing with a forward. I mean, what are you supposed to do? You got the biggest guy out there, Kone. That one's going to come off the foot of, I guess, yeah, say definitely off the foot of Robinson. And that's going to be an over and back call. At some point in time, though, you got to take it downhill. I mean, you got Kone up there trying to split the 2 point guards. You got to take it down. If he's up there, it means there's really no one down there that's going to be able to contest Baru. So you should be trying to feed that one low. We're getting a lot of calls now. That one was, I don't know. They're going to hit Robinson with one. This is kind of what we saw in the Green Bay game.
Yes.
OU was really, they had that lead for a point with, 5 or 6 minutes left to go. And just a lot of ticky-tack fouls that really haven't been being called the whole game. And I'm not just saying that that's the reason that OU sold that game. Both ways. I mean, a lot of ticky-tack calls down the stretch. They were letting them play for most of the game. They've been letting these guys play, too, for most of the game. But slowing down the possession here, and this can make things tough.
Yeah.
Especially when you're relying, like OU, relying on your crowd here to keep the noise up. When there's constant breaks in play, it can kind of suck to watch. Both free throws on target from Pippa White. He's got 6 now today.
He's a 56% free throw shooter, so for him to make both is uncharacteristic for him.
I'll admit 56% from a guard is wild, but I mean converts them both in the clutch. We've got the same situation now with Robinson and Wells.
Take it downhill.
Yeah, something has to happen here. Baru sets the screen. Robinson rejects it. He drives, finds White in the corner. That's the guy you want shooting that. And it's on target. Let's go, Brett White. I mean, what a guy to knock down a shot like that. He's been playing so tough this entire game.
No basket.
I think on the way down, it looked like
basket
Wells
interference,
or
yeah.
either Marshall or Wells got the net, which sucks because that one it didn't affect the shot at all.
No, it didn't.
But it is technically basket interference.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't. The net is part of the rim. And if the ball is within that cylinder and you touch it on the way down,
that's
they're
such
going to get you.
but that's an unforced error, and I think
Yeah.
you got to be intelligent enough to recognize. Just let the ball fall, and then make a play on it.
Missed timing, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're meeting that as it's coming down, it means we went too early.
Exactly.
And White, that just sucks because he's really been playing well
He's
tonight.
been playing really
That
well.
3 would have been nice.
But Milwaukee has a chance to turn this into a one-possession game.
Mm-hmm.
So this is kind of an important defensive stand here for Oakland. They need to not let Milwaukee shoot this basketball. I would say what they've been doing in the last couple of minutes has been really, really good. Kone and Jackson have been monsters. And I think if you are Oakland, I would venture to say that your defensive game plan should center around those 2 guys and just let a jumper from Pippa White or from Elam kind of find its way in. I mean, you do what you got to do to take away the high percentage shooters in this game.
I'm surprised this is taking so long because that's pretty clearly basket interference.
It is.
I don't really know what the discussion could be. I understand you want to get it right, but
it's a pivotal decision in this game because it could make the difference between Milwaukee shooting for a 2-possession game versus shooting for a 1-possession game.
Oh, nah, that's crazy they didn't take that away. I mean, I cannot believe they're giving him that 3. That was...
Hey.
I guess maybe it was already in. I genuinely don't know.
Call.
Don't know what the decision could have been made, but I'm sure Milwaukee's not too happy about that. It's going to jump this lead all the way up to 9.
Kone touched it.
Gotcha.
Kone touched the basket.
Okay, so OU, they're gonna. Oh, that blocked off the back.
Hell
I
yeah.
mean, what is? It's a crazy shot attempt.
It is against Baru.
Yeah, beautiful block there. I cannot believe they're getting with a foul. I mean, that seems pretty clean. But again, there's been a couple of that have gone both ways. And for the offensive end, they're going to bring White back in. I'd expect that they're probably going to take Thurman out. Pippa White will be at the line for 2. IG also coming back in. Taking out Marshall.
I haven't seen a whole lot of Michael Hogan this game. I think that injury's kind of sidelined him a little bit.
It was a hard fall.
It was a hard fall.
I don't think it's something that will go beyond this game. But
I
it
hope
does
so.
suck to land on your elbow like that. It definitely hurts. That one's off target. Great box out there by Isaac Garrett, and that's why they got him in there. Nice play. And that'll take us to the 1-minute mark. 78-70, the lead for the Golden Grizzlies. Garrett, Nevalerua throws it down.
Sir.
Alley-oop, big to big, and Isaac Garrett is ecstatic. That's the confidence booster. Yes, late in the game, but that's something you need coming to the end of this match. And we're going to get a timeout. And instantly, OU sending in the defense. And that's a nice dunk. You know, this could really change the, this is going to take them into the locker room a little bit happier. You know, it's really a momentum changer.
It is a momentum changer.
Not just in this game, which, you know, I guess it is, you know, getting to the end, but definitely for the team as a whole. You got a couple of games that are must win if you really want to get into a good position. I mean, this game has been tougher than it probably should be, but it sets you up, you know, hey, we're back into winning.
Yeah, and it's an important tone setter. I mean, this is just the first step that they need to take in order to go into that IU Indy game with the emotions that came out of it here at home. You want to go in with that fire, and you want to have some confidence at your back that you can say, okay, we're going to play the rest of our regular season schedule with fire and confidence, especially considering you're playing your biggest rival at home to end the season.
And that foul will be on Kone as they're going to intentionally foul, unfortunately, the worst option, Brody Robinson, who will go to the line to try to tack more on his total.
Yeah,
he's got 19.
It's just a tough pill to swallow because you're down 10. You don't want to intentionally foul because it hurts to see those baskets go in if you're Coach Lundy, but you gotta give your team a chance.
Brody Robinson on the line shooting 1 and 1.
1-and-1 attempt here. That's going to be the 9th team foul. And, I mean, not even like a free throw routine. Just kind of tosses it up there and it goes in. You'd expect that from the guy who's taken enough. That one's off target, but that's okay. 81-70, 38 seconds. They're going to have to get up a 3 incredibly quickly. This one's going to have to go up. Yep, Pippa White lets one go. That's off target. Rebounded by the Grizzlies, and that should just about do it. Kone really wants to intentional foul, and they're going to give it up. They're going to let him walk this one out. And that's going to be another OU win on the blacktop, finally breaking that 4-game losing streak. And what a time to do it. They're going to need this one. I mean, great play by OU down the stretch. I mean, played incredibly poorly at the beginning of this game. I mean, it shouldn't have even been this close, to be honest.
Yeah, and it kind of reached this nadir, this low against Bobby Moe in the second half. They came into the second half of that game behind, but the game went off the rails. They ended up losing by like 20 plus. And then they slowly started to build it up on Friday against Green Bay. Still sloppy basketball, still the same defensive mistakes, but you started to see that tide turn. And now, against a team that's struggling like Milwaukee, you're able to pull out a double-digit win. This is a huge confidence booster going into the last 2 games of the season. Go in with intensity on the road in Indianapolis, and then come back here on the blacktop on Saturday the 28th ready to play your heart out against Detroit Mercy.
I mean, it's the rivalry that we come here to see. It's going to be huge. A couple of wins here would really set them up well. You got about 2 weeks. It'll be Wednesday, March the 4th. We're going to be hopefully back here on the blacktop with that home Horizon League game, setting us up for Indianapolis. As always, we thank you for tuning into WXOU on YouTube. Tune in next week's 2 o'clock on Saturday for, again, the final home game here on the blacktop this season. It'll be Detroit regular season home game. It'll be Detroit Mercy versus the OU Golden Grizzlies. This has been WXOU, and have a good night.